UFC 310 is on Saturday at Madison Square Garden in New York. Joining me right now is the president of the UFC, Mr. Dana White. Dana, quite a press conference yesterday, but I wasn't sure if Jon Jones was fighting Tom Aspinall or Stipe Miocic. It seemed like all the questions were about Tom Aspinall at that thing.
Yeah, it's typical, though. I mean, when you think about Stipe Miocic and the disrespect that this guy's been shown his entire career, he's always the underdog. He's always being overlooked. He's always, in a situation like he was in yesterday.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. What kind of fight do you expect between Jones and Miocic? And do you think, I know you are a believer in ring rust. You've said that many, many times. But do you think, given Stipe's age and the wear and tear on him, that maybe the time off might do his body good?
I was a believer in ring rust until Jon Jones walked through Cyril Gahn like it was nothing. So who knows? I mean, if you look at activity, these two have been similarly active, you know what I mean? Or unactive, or however you want to look
Inactive,
at it.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Yeah, interesting. Now, you made a little bit of news yesterday on the Jim Rome show. You basically shut down the idea of this Jones-Alex Pereira fight. And I want to ask you this, and you said if Jon, I guess the winner will fight Aspinall is basically what you said, because you're not calling the winner. So let me ask you this. Don't you think it makes Jon look bad saying he wants to fight not the number one contender in the heavyweight division if he wins? He wants to fight a guy who just a little over a year ago was a middleweight.
Right. Listen, Jon Jones always says and does things that might not make him look great. But anybody out there that thinks that Jon Jones is afraid of anybody is crazy. I mean, if you look at what he did in the light heavyweight division, then he moves up, takes on the number one guy who basically, if he doesn't go for the armbar in the fight with Francis, beats Francis, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's just
I don't think he's afraid, but it's weird. There's something going on there, though.
No, it's not weird. It's classic Jon Jones. I mean, that is classic Jon Jones.
Interesting. Now, he made a comment after the press conference yesterday. You didn't see him at the press conference, but when you said, yes, the winner will face Tom Aspinall, he kind of rolls his eyes and gets a big grin on his face. And then yesterday he made a comment and he said something to the effect of, do you want another fight with me, or do you just want to be done with me totally? Like basically saying, he's not going to accept the idea of fighting Aspinall, and that you guys would eventually give in and go for a Pereira fight, which would be a big fight, monetarily.
Which I would not, because if I say I'm going to do something, I'm not going to fucking do it. No, I didn't hear that. But again, this is classic Jon Jones. Jon, this is what will happen. Jon will fight tomorrow. And if Jon wins, he will disappear. You won't see him. You won't hear from him. He won't be posting on social media. He won't be doing interviews. And then he will eventually resurface and say, I'm ready to come back and I'm ready to fight Tom Aspinall. Or I'm going to retire and I'm done. I've proven everything there is to prove, and he wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah. No, I think there's no question he is the greatest of all time. But I want to ask you one final question. You've been asked it a million times, and you and I went back and forth on this a little bit about, pound for pound best right now. Do you feel like Jon's performance tomorrow is going to dictate? Because you said, you were upset at where Khalil Roundtree was ranked because you felt like his current performance dictated him being ranked higher. So that would suggest that what happened 10, 11, 12 years ago, when we're ranking who is best now, shouldn't factor in, right? And so shouldn't Jon's performance against Stipe be the biggest determinant of where he is ranked, if he's ranked at all?
Not if he wins.
Why not? Let's say he wins. So just winning, no matter what, he should be number one.
The weirdest fucking thing about this whole thing is I'm talking to guys who supposedly know about fighting, right? And when you think about this dude has never lost a fight in 16 years in mixed martial arts.